Oh man, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, man, back. Man, first of all, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the bell to get notified every time I drop a video. I'm about to give y'all a banger. So, man, I've been checking, man. There's been a post going around this week from the Green Stinger, the owner. I guess he made a post about some things that transpired over the weekend. And some of the posts, some of the things he said, it came off as like racial to the black community and to the community as a whole, man. So you already know I'm from Smyrna. So I gotta step out there and see what's going on, man. Get some feedback and let the community see for themselves. So definitely hit this like video right here, man. I'm about to give y'all a banger. Bah! See that, man. Corner pocket, man. We here. Great Green Stinger, man. Smyrna, Delaware, man. My man, you know I got my co-host in the building, man. He gonna sit this one out, man. We're gonna conduct this well interview. Gotta get some love back in the air. You know I'm all about positivity. So we here, my man Paul, man. Let's go over here and get it started. Bah! What's good, YouTube, man? We back. We here, man. The interview y'all all been waiting for, man. You know, my guest today, we sitting here at the Green Stinger in the Smyrna location, man. I'm here with Paul. Always have a hard time pronouncing his last name. Tell the people what your last name is.
Casarado.
Casarado, man. We're here with Paul Casarado, man. About to have a good conversation. All you viewers at home, first, you know I need you to hit that like button, and I definitely need you to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified every time we drop a video, man. Get your drinks. You know how we do this. Let's take a little sip real quick. All right, so for the people at home, man, we'll let y'all know why we're here today. You know, over the last couple of days, it's just been a lot of bad energy in the air and a lot of things that's been happening. And it also was a post that was going around, made by Mr. Paul himself, that kind of took like the community by storm. So we basically here today to kind of talk about this, get our viewpoints from both sides, and kind of get some love back in the air. At the end of the day, man, we don't all want to be boycotting any places and just not having no fun over something that we probably going to sit down and have a talk about. So we're here today, man, just to have a nice little conversation. I thank you for coming on.
Jonesy, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity.
That's what I think, man. That's what I like. That's what I like. So first, before we get into it, man, can you at least tell me about yourself a little bit? All I know is that, you know, you own the Green Stinger, and that's really it. And then the viral posts that everybody was talking about. So just to give the viewers at home a little what we're dealing with, you know, can you tell me about yourself a little bit?
I'm an Air Force transplant. My mom was stationed here back in '92. So Delaware's been home to me since '92. And I love it here in Delaware.
Right.
Very laid back. But this is what I do. That's where I start that.
Now, how did you come about Green Stinger? Like, how did you go from, like, how you wake up and just own Green Stinger? Like, walk me through it a little bit.
Now, that is a great question.
Walk me through it.
So, me and my father have always had a dream of owning a bar.
Okay.
All right? We had looked at a couple spots downtown, asking a little bit too much down there, kept our options open. Finally, the opportunity was presented to us to where the Woodside location was up for sale.
Okay.
By the previous owners. We decided to give it a shot, ran with it. It was a little bit different than what we were expecting because of the food aspect of it.
Right.
But, you know, like I said, I mean, I've told you before, I was working out in the oil fields and back in 2013. Made some good change out there. We worked 12-hour shifts for 30 days straight. We'd come home for 10 to 15 days and then fly back out, do it all over again.
Right.
So, like I said, money was good. And we decided that, you know, with my parents' credit, my funds to put up, that's what the route we wanted to go, was to give it a try.
Okay.
And did very well. As a matter of fact, within our first year at the Woodside location, we were able to increase sales by 100%.
Okay.
Literally doubled our sales right after the first year, started doubling our sales. So,
okay.
You know, it's been an adventure.
That's what's up, man. Well, thank you on that one.
Thank you.
I just wanted to hear about you before we definitely tackle the elephant in the room.
Yes.
You know.
I know it's coming. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, so we're going to get to it. Like I said, this episode, please don't be offended. So to catch the viewers up on what's been going on, as y'all seen earlier on the post I showed y'all, He basically made a post, and I guess something transpired. That's what I want to know. Me and the public, first, I want to know what even transpired to make you write the post. Walk me through that.
Another great question.
Okay.
So the post I made was, I believe it was last Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. It basically was to address an incident that we had the previous weekend. Things were just completely out of control and chaotic in here. Just to give you guys some examples, we had 4, if not 5 fights in our establishment and in the parking lot in a 2-day period. All right, we had another individual that thought it was acceptable to come and walk up to our bar in between 2 females, whip out his junk, and piss on the bar. This
For
is,
real?
I shit you not.
Right in here, in this
Right
establishment.
Right in here.
Okay.
This is the type of nonsense that I've been dealing with. All right. I went and reviewed my cameras just to get an idea. It was shoulder to shoulder in here, which is great.
Right.
I've got no problem with that. You know, the problem is when I look at the numbers based on the crowd, it wasn't making sense.
Right.
And the problems that were being brought on was not worth the little bit of money that we were getting.
Okay.
So there were parking lot parties where people that were wanting to leave couldn't even leave because they were being blocked in by other cars that were parking in the drive-throughs, the driveway areas.
Right.
Opening their car doors and blaring music and just having their own little party outside. You know, every weekend we're finding little pocket shots outside all over the place. And it's gotten out of control. You know, this is something that we've been trying to entertain for the past year.
Okay.
And as time's gone on, it seems like it's just gotten worse and worse.
All right.
So that's where my foot had to be put down.
Okay. So with that being said, now we're gonna get into the actual post, and we're gonna go step by step and kind of just break it down so I can get a better understanding, and the public can get a better understanding of the things you probably been in the post, and you can just clear it up. And my job right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let you talk and say what you got to say. I'm not gonna cut you off. And everything I feel like I felt about the post and what I say, I'll just hold to the end. You feel me? So my job right now, I want to have your full. You got my full undivided attention. Y'all at home and let the man speak. So the first thing I know I want to touch on that I had seen in the post, we could talk about the people not tipping. Let's talk about that. Is when you say people not tipping, like is people running up tabs? Like explain to me, like. How I work around here, because I don't know.
So you got 2 ways you can pay: cash or credit, or debit, I guess. Cash or card. Put it that way. Our bartenders make $2.50 an hour. That is the industry standard.
Okay.
All right. For bartenders and servers, they expect to make their living off of their tips. My bartenders bust their butts back there behind that bar to try and serve everyone. Right now, it's hard to staff accordingly because there's just a shortage of workers.
Okay.
Regardless, 20% is the industry standard when it comes to a tip for good service. We've got bartenders that have been getting 75 cents on $100+ tabs. It's not right at all. Like I said, this is how they make their living. They're trying to be as attentive as possible.
Okay.
And all while dealing with people, you know, yo ma, you know.
Yeah, I know it get hectic.
I've been waiting, you know. So, you know, they got a lot of stress that they're dealing with, and they're trying to do the best they can. I can promise you that.
All right. So from my side, right, and I'm gonna speak from a person who goes to the bar, you know, and tries to get a drink. And there's times I've been here before too, and not just this establishment I had problems with, but other places, right? It has been times now. I do agree with you definitely want to tip the bartenders. Right. Coming into the situation, we already know that most waiters, bartenders, if you're in that field, you don't get paid much by the hourly. So you really make most of your money from tips.
Right.
So we do know that. So going into that, it has been times where I might come to the bar, or other people, and might gotta wait 10 minutes to get a drink sometimes. And I feel like sometimes them factors factor into the tip, because there's been times where I tip nice, and there's been times where I probably gave a shitty one. And my factors going into giving a shitty tip But basically, I felt as though I was making like good eye contact with a bartender, and this is at any establishment, making good eye contact with a bartender, letting her know like, hey, I want your attention. And it seemed like sometimes she's blatantly still like pushing me to the side, and I'm like, well, damn. Are they already categorizing me? Is she thinking like I'm not going to tip her, so she's trying to get to the other ones who she think might tip, and I don't like that sometimes. So if I feel that type of energy, that causes me to leave a little tip. Now on the other side, you do got people who get the best service they possibly can get, and they give a shitty tip. I say I do want them people to take they hold themselves accountable for situations like that, but it's always another side to it too. Maybe some people who is leaving bad tips felt as though they wasn't getting the best service, But overall, I do agree that if you're coming out, man, and you running up the tabs and all that, man, you've been getting good service from the person that's been waiting on you, tip them good, If you don't feel like tipping, just don't get a drink, man, or don't go out in them type of situations. And that's with restaurants, with their waiters, and then with bartenders. You want to show them love if they treat you right. But like I said, on the other side, if they're not treating you right, then you do what you got to do. But, that's how they feed their family. So I definitely wanted to see what you meant by the people not tipping and let you talk about both sides on that part.
I appreciate you acknowledging both sides.
Yeah, definitely got to acknowledge both sides. We ain't going to do that. We're not going to just pick a side.
Right.
Got to acknowledge both sides. Another thing I seen in your post that I wanted to talk to you about, you had mentioned something about no DJs really like that no more, and you would like it to be once a month. What is the reason for that? That's what I wanted to know. Because I have a lot of DJ friends, and also everybody on their side, they want to know, like, dang, why that rule get implemented? So can you speak on that a little bit for the people?
Absolutely. So our DJs do a great job at what they do. I mean, playing music and everything, they're great at it. I've got no problems with that. What I've got a problem with is the variety of music or lack of, I should say, variety that is being played. Because I don't care as much to cater to the younger crowd because of the problems that we've had.
Right.
All right. Especially when it comes to alcohol. I've asked my DJs, and my management has asked my DJs to do 90s hip hop, early 2000s hip hop. Something that a grown, more mature crowd can understand and appreciate.
Okay.
So we've given them the opportunity to do that. And a lot of times it's just, they don't care. They just want to get the crowd riled up and get the best reaction that they can from the crowd, which is understandable as a DJ. But when you're working for me in my establishment and I'm paying you and I give you rules to follow, you decide not to follow those rules, then you got to go, especially when it leads to problems that we have seen.
All right, so let me give my input on that. I definitely agree with some of the points you have made. I have a lot of DJ friends, so I feel like they'll take accountability and they know that certain DJs do attract a certain type of crowd, depending on the DJ that you may book. I do feel like, though, no DJ's job got to be canceled because at the end of the day, right, it's a lot of DJs out here who might really depend on that green stinger check. It's a lot of DJs who ain't really the top tier DJ and they still working their way up. So that time when they was working here, that check that they got, it probably helped feed the family for that weekend, Right. So they probably sitting at home and seeing the post and was like, dang, well, I'm getting penalized and I wasn't even there. I ain't had nothing to do with that, right?
Right.
So also, like you said, the music that certain DJs play can create a certain energy in the atmosphere. And a lot of DJs, they know that. Mm-hmm. And I do feel what you're saying. I feel like if that's going to be what it is, then you make the rule that you only can play the 90s and the 2000s. And I'll tell you this, if that DJ don't want to follow that, you don't book them DJs. I know a DJ by the name of RF, Weez Love, Teddy. I know a couple of them, DJ Blair, and they would stick to the script. Right. If you book them, it was like, hey, I need you to just play only 2000s music. That's what they're going to do. They don't even like when people walk up to them and ask for requests.
Right.
They'll stick to the script. So I say that to say, I feel like the DJ thing can be worked out. I feel like you can still have DJs because at the end of the day, when I hear that a DJ about to be at a place, it attract more people. Right. You're gonna make more money, if they tipping like they supposed to, you're gonna make more money. Mm-hmm. And then you just implement that rule. Like, look, though, we only doing slow jams tonight. And if people don't like it, they just don't come. But I guarantee you it definitely will work and everybody can still be happy. You'll probably still be happy make your money, mm-hmm. and the DJs can be happy make their money. You feel me? Right. So that's all I really want to say on that. I feel like that'd be fair, to give them a chance.
Yes, and I'm not saying it's completely off the table.
Because you gotta think, if you said, you correct me if I'm wrong. When I read the post, I think you said, no DJs like that. It would be like just once a month.
Yes.
At that point, I feel like when I read that, right, I said, well, dang, you might as well just say no DJs then. Like once a month ain't doing nothing. And it's 365 days in a year, so
it's
that's 12 days.
That's a better comment than some others that I read. But we'll get to that.
No, they don't got nothing to do with race, and that's I'm gonna clear that up at the end. Right. But like I said, I'd rather you just say there's no more DJs, but once a month. That was kind of like a slap in the face. It's like it ain't no room for nobody then at that point. You feel me? That's all.
And like I said, that's why I'm really digging this conversation. You know, you're really opening my eyes to some things that I never even really thought about, took into consideration while making the post. Because really, it's not that I want to get away from DJs.
Right.
DJs are cheaper.
Thanks.
So, between me having to pay my DJs, and my security, that pretty much takes all my profit away.
Right.
So I'm not making anything.
Right.
Which I'm fine with.
Right.
So long as we can have a
positive outcome from it coming.
Yes.
Right. And I agree with you. Like I said, I know that certain DJs can bring a certain energy in the atmosphere. But there's also a lot of good DJs, man, who gonna stick to the script and get that job done. So that's really what I wanted to clear on the DJ topic.
Crime Mob, Nuck If You Buck.
Can't play that.
Ain't playing that.
Yeah, we are. Look, see, you know. All DJs know they don't even play Nuck If You Buck no more. That's like a retired club song. If a DJ play that, he want the night to go south at this point. Right. So I'm glad you said that. So another thing I wanted to touch on that I had read in your post. You said something about all you Henny and Casamigo drinkers. Now, people at home, as soon as they seen that, this where it's like, because at first we was talking community as a whole. But when you said that part, that's where the black community was like, hold up. What he mean by that? And I ain't gonna lie, we don't play with our culture, so we'll throw that racist word out there. You make us feel away, we'll throw that out there. Can you kind of clear it up? Like when you said that, what do you mean? Because when I first had a conversation with you, and I know you a couple times, I never took you as a racist.
Right.
So, can you just clear this up for the public? What did you mean when you said that about the Henny?
So if you read the post that I made in its entirety, right before I had mentioned Casamigos and Hennessy, I had mentioned, how people want to act like big ballers in here, like ordering expensive shots. That's what I had meant by Hennessy and Casamigos. It's our two most expensive liquors that we carry.
Right.
And it's not something that we carried from the beginning. It was something that we brought in by request.
Right.
All right. So don't get me wrong. We appreciate you buying Casamigos and Hennessy. It's the most expensive stuff. That's where we're making our money.
Right.
But to not tip your bartender after buying the most expensive shot, that's you. Once again, if you want to talk about slaps in the face, it's very disrespectful.
Now, remember when I was talking to you, can you also see why the black community took it where they did? Remember how we felt as though with the Henny and Casamigos, we kind of know what culture kind of made that drink popular. So that's kind of why black people took it. And I'm letting you know. If you didn't know, I'm letting you know. That's why black people took it as like, hold on, well, is he just talking about us at this point when he got to that part? Because we know that our culture made that Henny and Casamigo thing popping. Right. So when we seen that, we automatically thought you was just talking about us.
Well, I will admit, I knew the stereotype that comes with Hennessy.
Thank you.
All right. It was not meant to come across like that. I had no idea that Casamigos was a thing.
Popular, but you knew about Henny. Right.
I enjoy Casamigos myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. So look, he took accountability. He knew Henny was a part of the culture, but he just didn't mean nothing by it at the time. Am I correct? He didn't mean nothing.
100% correct.
Okay. Because I didn't know where that came from. And I wanted to clear that up. Because when I first seen it, I was taking my storm by it. I'm like, damn. Like, why he say that part? You feel me?
It's the two most expensive liquors that we have, and the two most popular.
Yeah, you were just getting your point that people's come here ordering the most expensive drinks and then they're not tipping.
Expensive drink,
it's like damn, if you don't got no money, order Crown or something. You trying to get Henny. You feel me? All right.
Proper 12's not bad,
Right. Let's see you sip that drink, because I ain't see you sip that drink too much, man. All right, hold on. One time for the people. When you take a shot, right, we got this thing where you hold your neck, you kind of make sure your pulse is going. Take another shot real quick. Put them 2 fingers up. 2 fingers to the neck. 2 fingers to the neck. He killed it. God, hold on. I got to drink a little bit more. You made me look crazy.
Now I need another.
Hold on. You can order it, though. They'll bring it. That's all good. All right, so viewers at home, make sure y'all got y'all drinks. Another part I want to talk about that I had read in your post. You feel me? And the reason why I'm only talking about these certain points because I really agree with everything else you were saying, other than the topics I'm bringing up now, just to get more clarity on it.
Absolutely.
You know, for the people
That's
at
why
home.
we're here.
Now you had mentioned another part. You was talking about like, you know, the parking lot parties, and then you went on to say something about the illegal guns that people are bringing and stuff like that. You know, now before you speak on that part, the part where I didn't like about that, it was just like, and I said this to you before. How do you know them guns is illegal? People can just walk into a store and buy a gun nowadays. If you're 18, you can walk in and you can buy a shotgun or a rifle. You ain't gonna be able to purchase a handgun. You gotta be 20 years old to purchase any type of firearm. But when you're 18, you can just walk in and purchase a rifle or what's the name.
All the way down to an AR if you wanted.
So my thing when I seen it, I'm like, well, how can he say that? He not outside running nobody's serial numbers on their guns, you know? So that's why when you said that, we was like, hold on now. What do he mean?
Right.
You feel me? Do you understand why we felt the way? All right.
And I can explain that.
All right. So go ahead, though.
So, and there was some other verbiage that I'd used right before that.
Okay, clear that up too. I might have missed it. Go ahead.
Was it the tough guy gangsters?
Yeah, oh, yep. I got that. Yep, yeah. Tough guy gangster guys.
So, let me explain that. I used to be a tough guy gangster. I used to carry illegal guns. I've gotten past that point in my life. I'm trying to live a better life, live a straight life, do better for myself, my family, my community, and my staff. You know, it was taken out of context, and I completely understand why it was.
Right.
You know, but I used to be one of them. You know, motherfuckers don't understand.
Right.
You know, they just want to assume that.
Because you got to also understand, right? They got this thing nowadays, like on the internet. Soon as like a video go viral where like black people was doing something, if you look in the comments, they be like, "Oh, look at these thugs." It'd be like a bunch of like white people, and they'll be like, "Oh man, look at these thugs," and they'd be like, "Damn, like why we gotta be thugs? It's because them knuckleheads is out there doing the most." That's one thing I be wanting to clear up. Like us as black folks too, we hold them other black people accountable.
Right.
When we be seeing them do that nut ass shit in the parking lot, excuse my French for the people that's watching. When we see them do that mess in the parking lot, we be sitting there looking like, "Oh, here we go again, messing up the party." Like we don't be clapping to that. You feel me? It might look like people enjoying that, but really when we go home, we be mad that even happened. We be like, man, this shit about to get shut down.
And I completely understand. I used to be one of them. I used to be one of them, you know. But now that I've got such an investment tied into this place, you know, people don't understand. They come in, they look, and they see the place, and it looks same exact layout as it used to be when it was a sports zone.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't understand is that I've put over $200,000 into renovations for this establishment.
Right.
You know, I've got to make that back.
Facts.
You know, I've already spoken with the chief of police, and he's told me a few times, we are the cause of the problem. You know, which blows my mind. You know, how about holding the people accountable that are acting up, that are ones causing the problems? We are here as a business trying to provide a service. You know, and it's you know, he's told us if it continues to happen, we're going to shut you down. Right. Now, for those that don't know, the police department itself cannot shut us down. But then what they start doing is the same thing that they did to another establishment that used to be downtown in Dover.
Okay.
They start sending in the fire marshal. They start sending in ABC. They start sending in the health department.
And find little reasons.
Find anything they can to shut you down.
Right.
Right. So that's what I've been trying to avoid. Now, I've already had an incident where we've been shut down for a week because of non-compliance for COVID restrictions or whatever. The funny thing is, and this is a little off topic, but I feel it's important to point out, you know, we received this notice in March of last year that we were being shut down for a week due to violations that were witnessed on Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve being one of the biggest bar nights of the year.
Right.
Right. Funny thing is we weren't even open that Thanksgiving Eve. We were completely closed.
Wow.
But health department got word from someone that, you know, we were above capacity and operating and, you know, with no masks and all this stuff. And we ended up getting shut down 3 months later because of it.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, we weren't even open. I was able to prove it.
Right.
You know, that's just one incident. that goes to prove that if they want to shut us down, they will shut us down. And it was ABC that actually came in and shut us down, along with the health department and everyone else.
All right. And one more before I get into what I really want to say that we got to clear up.
Absolutely.
Another thing that made people feel away. You had called a lady a hub bugger. Everybody seen the post. It's viral. They done took it. They done screenshotted it. And that's another thing that made the word hood. When we see the word hood, we automatically think black. You feel me? So when we see hood booger, people, that's another reason why people are thinking racist. Can you just clear up, you feel me, why you called in, tell them if you meant anything by it or whatever. And hold on, before you say it though, regardless how people be making you feel out here, you a businessman. And this is why when we seen it, we took so much offense to it, because you a businessman and you own the establishment. So when we seen it, we like, hold on, he not supposed to be talking like this. So look, let me tell you something, right? It's something called a domino effect. Let me tell you how this works. That lady that you called a hood burger at the time, you never know that the person who might spend the most money here, that could have been their aunt. Your biggest fan, that could have been their aunt, and you just lost a fan. Because you let a person get you out of character.
You're right.
A person, I'm not saying you was wrong, because I don't know exactly what transpired or what dialogue transpired between you and the person, but you never let a person get you out of character to where you're getting out of your business mind. You own something. So you always got to think 2-3 steps ahead. Everything you do, you being watched. You just said for yourself, the fire department, they'll find reasons to come in here and shut you down.
Right.
You know, so I do want you to understand before you explain that, regardless, that's why we felt the way. It was like, man, you can't be talking like that, man. We look at you, we hold you up here.
Right.
And that, you coming down here. So that's all, but explain yourself.
I completely understand where you're coming from. And I appreciate you bringing it back to my attention. You know, it's something I've always had a hard time with, is controlling my emotions and keeping them under control and being civil. I've got no chill. All right. I try and let things ride for as long as possible.
Right.
And I've got a problem with letting things build up and fester to finally, when I just snap, I snap.
Right.
All right. I did say hood booger. It's been in my vocabulary for at least the past 7 years. I did not mean anything racial by it. And I mean that with all of my heart.
So
all right. So when I did say it, I meant you're acting like a piece of shit.
Yeah, you was upset at the time. Let them know you was upset at the time.
I was extremely upset.
And you was talking out of emotion.
For those that don't know, I was actually at a Mets Phillies game. It was a daytime game. It was on a Wednesday.
Right.
All right. The post was made, and all of a sudden, and actually, I took the comments off from the post that I had originally made to the Smyrna Clayton page.
Okay.
All right, because I had a feeling there would be some,
backlash,
you know, and I didn't want that. My bartender had asked if, excuse me, my bartender had asked if she could share it, and I said, yeah, you know, you work for me, you're one of my employees, you know, absolutely. She said, well, the option's not there to share it. I said, well, if you want, you know, screenshot it or copy and paste it, you know, and tag me. Right. You know, the one thing I forgot to tell her was to turn off the comments. So no sooner does she post it, you got individuals that then chime in and start saying, you know, basically, why don't you pay your bartenders more than $250 an hour and this wouldn't be an issue? Right. To which my response was, how about you don't speak on what you don't know? Or something along those lines. Maybe not as
you gotta understand, nice, and a lot of people don't own the business.
They don't.
So they don't know how it go, man. And that's why I say to you, man, don't let them people bring you out of character, bro.
Right. And you know what? I regret the way that the word was taken, because I did not mean anything racial by it. I do not regret the emotion that I had behind everything. Right. I'm going to stay true to myself, true to my establishment.
So can I ask you this?
Absolutely.
The lady that you did call a hood burger too, that's somebody's mom. That's somebody's daughter. She a female. You a man. On some man stuff. Can she get an apology?
Miss Nicole.
Come on, man.
Miss Nicole.
Come on, man.
I apologize.
Come
100%.
on, man. That's real man stuff right there. That's it. We leave it at that. That's it. That's it. Because at the end of the day, we ain't arguing with women. You a strong man, man. They want to bring you down. I'm gonna tell you this, man. As a man, never move out of emotion, man.
I know.
You move out of emotion, you bound to drizzle.
And as I've just admitted,
you bound to drizzle, bro.
And that might be my downfall. But.
And also listen, anybody that you hire is a representation of you.
Absolutely.
Anything that they do on this internet world is gonna come back to you. Because guess what? They can go find another job if this shit all fail.
Right.
It's hard for you to find another business.
I'm not pulling another 200,000 out of my butt, that.
Exactly. So you want to make sure that anybody that you got working for you, man, they moving with some sense. They can't be moving out of emotion either.
Right.
So just keep that in mind, man.
All right. Now, I know you're the one doing the interview.
Nah, we're having a conversation.
I would like to switch it up and make it known that once again it goes both ways.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've never heard any racism out of.
Oh yeah, before. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. But what I have heard is multiple customers call my GM and bartender the F word, and I'm not talking about the 4-letter word. All right, my manager here is a gay man, and he does a great job. And I told him from the beginning, I will not tolerate that. I don't tolerate racism, bigotry, or anything along those lines. And that's one of the main reasons that I want to make this apology public. I've been told that, or the page has been told that, he had his attorney draft this up. That's not the case. The apology, the statement that we put out was not from an attorney. I know it sounded well worded, but I'm not an idiot. Neither is my GM. We put together,
right. You talking
a statement.
But I could tell from the first post that made us brought to this conversation today was out of emotion, and I can see that in the second post you took some time to try to clear it up and all. But the public, they was already still upset, so they still wasn't feeling. That's why I think that this interview would be good because they got to hear what you had to say.
Well, and with that being said, I can understand the public being upset.
Yeah,
I was upset. I'm trying to get my point across, and all I'm getting is kicked in the nuts, being told this is how you need to run your business. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. From people that have never ran a business.
Right.
Let me do what I do. All right. And I will deal with the way that I was offended. And I hope that you guys can do the same. And
please don't be offended. Y'all know the show name. But thing I want to say before we wrap this whole thing up, you feel me? I got to let you know, basically, how we took this whole thing at home and our frustration with just everything, period. And to y'all at home, this is not just to him, this is not just to Green Stinger. This is any establishment, One of our frustrations, man, and here you go.
Thanks, sir.
One of our frustrations, and this is, at first I was talking about the whole community, but this right here, this is more towards kind of like the Black community a little bit. One thing we just hate, man, it seemed like every time something goes wrong, it seemed like the whole culture got to take a hit for it. Meaning like you can catch a Black person out here get into a fight, you feel me? And then instead of just them got to receive the consequences, we all got to take a hit for it. Next week, the rules has changed. It used to be free to get in. Now it's $10, all because somebody was fighting. And it'd be like, dang, why I always got to get penalized for something I ain't even had no part of? Why can't the focus just stay on them individuals who was messing up? And the key in on that, this not even a race thing either though. Like, it be Black people outside fighting, it be white people outside fighting. I see white girls get drunk all the time, start smacking each other. Oh, bitch, how dare you? Outside fighting, carrying on. Shit go on. But it just seemed like that when our color go outside and do something and we make a mistake, shit get just changed in this with anything. As far as like, example, the YMCA, right here in Dover.
Really?
Used to be able to have a guest go in here, play basketball, and just have fun, right?
Right.
Their policy now is, when you bring your guests, you only can take your guests to go work out, but your guests not allowed to go play basketball with you. And it's like, wow, what made y'all implement that rule? You know why you implemented that rule. And it's like, I don't even be trying to make it that type of thing, you feel me?
Right.
But it's like, damn, is it? Just come out and say it if that's what it is. And that's why when this situation occurred, the frustration wasn't always with you. This shit been boiling up. Because it seemed like everything get taken from us. Every place got new rules soon as somebody do something. It's a lot of people in my complexion, man, who move with sense. And this is not even a message to you. I'm more upset at these other establishments too. It's a lot of people, my complexion, man, with sense out here. It's a lot of people that hate when them fights go on. Like I said, us as black folks, we hold people accountable. A black person do something dumb, we'll disown them quick. Oh, no, I don't know him.
Right.
Quick.
Absolutely.
We don't play no games.
Absolutely.
A black person do some dumb shit, we cancel them.
Right.
Facts. You feel me? So that be where the frustration be coming up. And like I said, this whole thing, man, this not even, I want people to, like I said, to know at home, this not even a race thing. I don't want nobody to watch this video and think this like a black versus white thing. I just want everybody to be treated fair. And the only way to kill this shit is to put some more love in the air. You feel me? Black people mess up. White people mess up. Asians mess up. China people mess up, man. We all just human. And sometimes it's just bad humans out here, man. Just give us a shot. We just want to have fun. The young people just want to have fun. You feel me? Like I said, the frustration don't just be with you, brother. This shit coming from the heart because the other people be messing with us, man.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I get it. You know?
Anything you want to say before we clear it up? And I want you to show me something too, because a lot of people be saying that they also think that this apology, because this is what they're gonna say. Oh, he just went up there because he trying to get our money. Oh, he don't really care. He ain't really sincere. That apology, that video, he just want our money. So you get a chance, man. I want you to prove to the people like how you feel about that and tell and let them know like this ain't all about the money for you. Sometimes as a businessman, we all know you take hits, you take losses, but you deal with it to keep the public happy. That's the side they don't see.
Right.
So you feel me?
With that being said, I'm going to say it. I don't want this to be taken the wrong way.
Yeah, what you say? Because you know how they get.
Make money. That's what I do. I make money. All right. I'm gonna continue to make money. All right. I hope that the black community is part of that.
Because we do feel like we bring a lot of money to the establishments too. A lot of establishments don't give us our credit. Us black people, yeah, we might do come with some drama sometimes, but a lot of us do spend some good money.
Right.
A lot of black people tip good. It's times I done gave a good ass tip and did the most.
Oh,
but continue on.
I know.
Continue on.
But I will not deal with the disrespect. All right. If you have an issue with my staff, with me, with my security, it's all about your approach and how you're going to come to me and address the situation.
Move with love, man.
Don't come to me telling me what I have to do and F this place and F this and, F that person. That's not going to fly. It's going to get you nowhere. All right. I will match your level of respect. All right. As a matter of fact, I one up you on the level of respect. You want to treat me good, I'll treat you better.
Right.
You treat me like shit.
Get away from them. That's what I'll tell you. They treat you. Get away from them.
That's my problem.
Get away from them. Because you know how many times somebody bothered me, man. I understand. I can't always give them that reaction. A person stared me wrong. First thing about, they cut off. They don't even got to worry about seeing me no more. Because I'm not even about to allow you to get me back. I come from the neighborhood. I like to do this a little bit. Somebody get me mad. I can't do that. I got kids. You feel me? So I definitely want to say, man, I thank you for definitely, man, having this sit down. And another thing, where can we go from here? Like, we want to come up with a solution for the public, and we want to have fun. Everybody, like I say, y'all heard him out. We get back to just having fun, man.
So one other thing I would like to address, I did see because I saw someone's comment about oh, I hope he keeps the same energy, when them rednecks come to the bar. For
bike night. And I had made a post. Did you see me? I shared a post. So let me say this. I say this because I know people at home, they'll get on me. I did share a post, and I made my own post, and I was like, I said, he talking about them parking lot parties. I hope he keep that same energy with his bike night. Because bike night, it do be a lot of motherfuckers out there starting them Harleys up. Starting them Harleys up, having a good old time, and it seems like nobody bother them.
We got 16s and TGs. We got blacks and whites.
Facts. It's not a race thing. That's what I'm saying. I say bikers.
So let me tell you the difference between bike night and an impromptu parking
school me, because I want to know too.
All right. So when there's a parking lot party that's going on, I've got to go through the town, through the police department, and through ABC to get what's called variances, basically permits, in order to make this happen. These clubs have come to me, and multiple individuals have come to me and asked for a bike night. Right. I put off on it at first because there were some concern about us allowing these bikers to fly colors, meaning their club colors.
Yeah, their club. Right.
So we kind of held off on it because, like I said, that's when I was under the thumb of, higher authority that I didn't want to toy around with at the time. Now it's gotten to the point where I'm willing to give it a chance, and that's what we're going to do. If at any time you guys want to address the idea or present the idea of a parking lot party,
right,
I'm cool with it. I don't care
right.
who it is.
Right.
We got to take the proper channels.
Right.
And that's all that comes down.
And to clear the parking lot stuff, man, like I said, I did tell them, like, sometimes you got people like me. Sometimes we sit in the parking lot, man, we want to see the pretty girls, the pretty ladies. Sometimes, because, sometimes right in the bar, sometimes in the bar, the music be playing. So you can't really push up on the girl and talk to her because the music be all out. So you be like, man, when I see her outside, I'm on her. So you got people like me who outside doing that. Then you do got people who outside just to cause a commotion. Them people go home because you mess it up for people like me, you feel me? But like I said, man, can put some love in the air. Everything been good. Everything good.
Absolutely. Ain't no love lost.
Right.
And I wish I felt the same.
Right.
And I'm gonna do my best to make things right.
Right.
And we're gonna continue to keep on pushing, making money, and doing what we do so that I can do what I do.
That's what's up, man. Before we get out, let's take one more drink. All right, hold the neck. Don't forget. You got to hold the neck. Go ahead. Hold the neck. Hey, yo, man. You just tuned into an episode of Please Don't Be Offended. I just gave y'all a banger, man, right here in Green Stinger, Smyrna, Delaware. My man, Paul. Thank you for coming out, brother.
What happens if I don't feel a pulse?
Oh, if you don't feel a pulse, you might be about to pass out. We out.
Yo, Jonesy, thank you.
All right, man. So look, when I was talking to him, I told him, I said, man, I don't know for real, you just be wanting our money. I know that apology not fake. And he was like, what? Hold on. He was like, let me show you something. So go ahead, show me in the public what you was talking about. I was talking shit, acting like you just want the money. Show me what you was talking about. Come on. Let him get it off. Come on.
So this is my office. Excuse the mess. All right. Come on, step on in.
Show the wall.
So this is the main reason I do it. This is the real reason I do it. Don't get me wrong. I love money. All right. Everybody does. But it doesn't all just come back into my pocket. All right. And a lot of it goes back to the community. Toys for Tots, St. Jude's, AI DuPont, Multiple Sclerosis Society of Delaware, Breast Cancer
Everything.
Coalition. Yes, I'm sorry. 302 School Back to Drive.
Right. See, that's what's up, man. See, I didn't know that. Yeah. And that's one thing at home. Sometimes you don't get to see behind the scenes, you feel me? I was opening my mouth saying, oh, he probably just wanted our money. But he also let me know, like, hold on, like, I get the money, but I give back too to the community. And that's always say, man, that's more than I've ever done.
This is not something
I wish I can.
This is not something that I post when it happens.
Right.
Because I don't want it to be about that. You know, people think. But the situation has gotten so out of control that I think people need to understand.
Sometimes people deserve a pat on the back.
More. Hey, you get a pat on the back.
There you go,
sir.
brother.
I appreciate it.
Gang, we out.